Hello again, my name is Rosie Sapphire. If you saw my previous video, you'd know that I've been working on a port of Five Nights at Freddy's to the Nintendo 64. I wanted to do another devlog video because I made a metric ton of progress since that video. All the animatronics are implemented, all the phone calls, nights, and even the custom night mode. The game is a near one-to-one replica of the original game, and I'm extremely happy with the result. If I had to give an estimate, I'd say this build is around 90 to 95% complete. The only other things missing are some random events, Golden Freddy, and some of the paycheck screens. Other than that, the game is basically done. I'm still not 100% comfortable with releasing a build because I don't really know how the parties involved with the original would react, and worst case scenario, I'll have to write a decompiler script that takes the textures from the original game, and you have to supply your own copy in order for it to work, much like the Super Mario 64 decompilation project. In this video, however, I wanted to show off some of the extra features and quality of life improvements that I've added to the game. The first of those being smooth turning. This basically just interpolates the screen position to make turning a bit smoother, and it's very basic implementation, but it's a nice addition in my opinion. The second is the ability to turn the cameras manually. One of the issues I've noticed is that since this is running in 4x3 instead of the original 16x9, there are some parts of the cameras that aren't properly visible until the camera scrolls to it. So I figured I'd add something to allow the player to control it manually, which I think is a nice touch. The third feature, which isn't implemented yet, is actually subtitles for Phone Guy's calls. Like I said, they're not implemented yet since the LibDragon API is actively being updated to support better font rendering, to have it centered and all that stuff, and they're really busting their asses on it, and I couldn't be happier to see the API making leaps and strides to become a full-blown N64 development suite. Then there's my personal favorite of the bunch, being the ability to hold down the light button instead of having to toggle it on and off. This is really nice because having to double tap the A button for the lights gets really annoying in my opinion, and this allows you to conserve power a little better since you really only need to tap the button a little bit. Next is actually a cheat, which allows you to view the current positions of all the animatronics except Foxy, so you can basically see where they are at all times. This was originally used as a debug thing for making sure that I can view where all the animatronics are to make sure it's all working, but now it's a cheat. Next is, so the final setting makes the nights go twice as fast, just in case you're a little impatient. One thing to note is that if you have either Fast Nights or the View Robot cheat enabled, and you complete 420 mode, you will not get the third star. You either go in raw dogging it, or you ain't getting the reward. Speaking of which, here's the custom nights screen. I had to move some stuff around because I wasn't able to make the original layout work correctly, but I actually find this to be a little better. Additionally, you can hold down the buttons to increase the AI instead of having to mash it repeatedly like in the original. So setting it up for all 20 is really quick and easy. I'm probably going to leave the game like this for a while since I've been busting my ass on this for about 2 months now, and to be honest, I'm just really tired of Five Nights at Freddy's for the time being. I've got other projects for the N64 I want to work on, and I'll do devlogs on those too. And if I feel comfortable releasing a build for this game proper, I'll do an update video for that too. But if you really want to play it, I do have development builds inside the N64 Brew Discord server, link in the description, under the ROM testing channel. Keep in mind, however, that it'll only work either directly on console via flashcart or the A-Res or Simple 64 emulators. It will not work with something like Project 64 or MuPen. Anyways, that's about all I have to say, so if you enjoyed, like, comment, and subscribe, and goodbye.